Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make red wine my way. Okay, I ordered some red wine from South Africa straight to London, and hey, this is me. Ordered about 27 kilos, which gave me approximately 70 to 18 liters of red wine. Here is some red grapes I selected. Get a masher with a pot. Obviously everything should be sanitized, and start mashing. Mash, 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 mash. You don't need to remove, well, you need to remove all the stalks of the grape, but you don't need to remove all of them. You can leave some if you like a bit of a stronger taste, a dry wine, or even helps with the color, as some people say. Well, I do anyway. Once you put everything in a bucket, we will have to check for the sugar content. Definitely make sure you have a hydrometer, which is a must when making red wine. Just pour your juice only into a tube and stick your hydrometer into it. My hydrometer is from the UK, is with Celsius, and it works on 20 Celsius for an accurate measure. Now the sugar content is at 80 on my grapes, which is quite good. On high, it'll probably give me about 11.5% alcohol. Make sure when you put it in a bucket, leave it for about 2 to 3 days. This is how I do it. Don't add the yeast 2 to 3 days. This is my way of doing it. It helps with increasing maybe slight sugar content, or take all the sugars out possibly, and gives you a much redder wine, darker red. See, as you can see, I haven't added it. This is the second day. It's quite red. And yeah, do not close the lid of your bucket. And I use electric timer and an electric racket to heat up the bucket to control the temperature. I like to keep it around 26 to around 30 to give it a very red wine and dry taste. So the second day you don't close the lid at all times when it's primary fermentating. After 2 to 3 days, I added my yeast, one sachet of yeast, about 25 liters. Just pour on top of the wine, as you can see what I'm doing, and give it a good mix. It's around 24 Celsius, which is perfect, and the yeast will activate. You don't need to pour into 37 Celsius water to activate it. It will activate by itself, but it needs full exposure to air or to oxygen. So do not close the lid. There you go. This is literally after 24 hours, probably even less than 24 hours after adding the yeast. All the grapes will float to the top. Make sure you submerge all of the grapes and hydrate it. Definitely you have to sanitize all your equipments. Now, again and again, it's a must when making wine. You need to sanitize everything. You need to stir your wine, I'll say 3 times a day: one in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Okay, and make sure you push down any grapes into the bucket. Again, after around 3 days after adding the yeast, get some sugar content level again. It's currently measuring around 1015 bars. It's just about reached the level of pressing, but not fully. So I'm going to leave it for about a day or two and then keep an eye on it, and you can pretty much measure the content on a daily basis. This is the next day. I measured the sugar content again. It's pretty much on 1015, which is perfect. Now we're going to sanitize. I like to sanitize all my equipment with hot water, but be very, very careful. That was my pressing filters, which I was boiling, and I have a technique of cleaning and sanitizing the carboys with after washing it, is with boiling water. People be careful, it could get very hot. I put boiling water into the carboy, and once you pour the hot water out, just turn it around and put on a cloth like so. As you can see, it bubbles up, and in fact it dries the water inside the carboy too. And that bubbling will probably go about good 5 minutes. Alright, now the pressing time. I actually bought this pressing machine off Amazon. I believe it was about 50 odd pounds, probably around $65 approximately. I've actually put double filters, so I don't get any grapes when I'm pressing. Now obviously very self-explanatory, you pour the grapes into the presser, but obviously I'm doing it indoors, which could get very messy. Now as you can see, it slowly pours into the carboy. Color is looking beautiful. Yeah. There you go. Some people say not to press it hard, so the seeds would not crack. Yeah, it is true. You shouldn't squeeze, you know, vigorously and trying to crack all the grapes. Alright, now once it's all in the carboys, put the bubblers in, and I normally put alcohol in the bubblers, not water, just so the water doesn't get contaminated. So if when you taking the bubblers off, if it happens to go inside the wine for any reason, obviously it doesn't contaminate all your wine. Once the bubblers stop bubbling, which is could take anything from 2 weeks to about a month or so, you do a hydrometer measurements again. Once it hits around 997, 998 bars, as you can see, it is a perfect time to take the bubblers off and seal the carboys. You seal it, I would say, about 2 weeks to anything to 2 months, depending on how long. As you saw, there was quite a lot of yeast, dead yeast, at the right bottom of the carboys, which we don't want in our bottles. Now, what I normally do in terms of filtering, which always works perfectly fine, I stick a tube in, but not right to the bottom, and just give it a little suck on the tube, as you can see, and there you go, and it pours into another bucket. So basically I change carboys or into a bucket 3 times, and when the wine is coming down to the yeast, I just pull it off quickly so I don't get that yeast into the other bucket. Just do that 3 times, and as you can see, you have a perfect wine with no yeast in it. Okay. After that, I'm just gonna cap off the bottles, and I've bought these plastic shrinkable caps from eBay. Works perfectly, mixes the wine, very professional. Just over the heat over steam, shrinks, looks like a very professional bottle of wine, as you can see. And I date all of them to see when it was done. I hope you enjoyed my video. Subscribe. Thank you. Please let me know what you think about my video in the comments down below.